In Kill Your Lover, we get a literal depiction of a toxic relationship as a couple finds themselves at a crossroad with one wanting to work things out and the other one wanting to leave, and them not being on the same page, leading to some graphic moments. So to summarize the film, it's been about 2 years since Dakota and Axel got together, and though initially there was an opposites attract kind of vibe there, unfortunately Axel, who was very corporate and straight-laced, slowly but surely killed Dakota's wild child being, and now she's at that point in life where she realizes either I'm going to stay on this path, potentially marry this man, have kids, and really just let myself go and be absorbed into his world, or she can fight back and go for her freedom. And as you can imagine, for a man like Axel, who at one time did like how Dakota came off like an untamed horse, he still wants access to that person. He still wants that energy, but at the same time, he wants it molded in a way where it fits into his world, and maybe she code switches. It's hard to say. But with Dakota being very hell-bent on leaving, we see the toxicity of Axel manifest into him having literally an acidic touch. And as the back and forth continues, we see that it's not just him that's toxic, but maybe the whole relationship, and it's not clear who may come out of this alive. So when it comes to this film, I think there's only one highlight, and that's just how it takes the term toxic relationship to a whole new level. And I should note, just to start off, this does a good job at the basics of what you expect from a film like this. Dakota and Axel are opposites attract, and it's beautiful in some ways. She gives him the permission to be a bit wild, especially in the bedroom, and he gives her some type of stability, a sense of someone who doesn't just enable all of her random thoughts, ideas, and chaos. And in the perfect world, they would balance each other out this way. However, as is the case shown in this film, that's not what happened. And while it's easy to just see him as toxic because he doesn't let her be who she is, he tries to stop her from leaving and things like that, there comes a point when you realize that while he's being more outwardly toxic in a way that toxic masculinity points out, at the same time, you can see in some ways that she too is a little bit toxic. She kept this man on a rope, not on a rope, but she made this man think for 2 years that, things were getting better, she was adapting, changing, and it was something that she was naturally doing because she's getting older, has different goals in mind, but that wasn't the case. She enjoyed the stability, but she didn't enjoy the lifestyle that came with it. She didn't enjoy having to assimilate into this world where she knew she had to give up certain things. And meanwhile, he's investing time, he's investing money, and in many ways, it's very easy to damn Axel because of what most of us are taught to. What he's doing is definitely wrong, but at the same time, when you start taking note of Dakota's role in this, I'm not trying to victim blame or nothing like that, but it does make you think about the flip side of things, that while clearly there's one person that's definitely worse than the other, it doesn't mean that either one is innocent. And overall, it just pushes a whole different meaning to the whole idea that my ex was toxic. But sort of walking on eggshells aside, overall, when it comes to this movie, while it may seem a bit on the nose when it comes to presenting somebody as toxic, I do think it does a wonderful job at showing that opposites don't always attract in the long run, and this is especially true if the person doesn't really like or love you, they just want to control a watered down version of you.